Arkham Knight dual play feature revealed.
Why are you so confused every time you
Every
read
time.
that?
Like those words seem pretty clear to me. If you had to explain to me what dual
Yeah, what do you
play
think?
feature meant.
What do you think this is? And then Mitch and I will explain to you what it is.
So it says on my notes here, Arkham Knight dual play feature revealed. And then the first bullet point is disappointing that this isn't just a co-op game by now, right? And then the second bullet point is how the F does any of this work in terms of the fiction?
So, dual play feature, as explained by you, is when you play Batman Arkham Knight and you play dual play, what are you doing?
You playing two men? There are two Batmen. I don't.
Sometimes it's a woman.
She's Catwoman.
She's
So you can play as more. I know you can play as Nightwing and Batman and Catwoman and all the whole Bat family.
all your favorite animals that became people.
But you can't play as both of them at the same time. Is that sort of the idea?
So they
made up a
pieced it
cool new
together-
buzzword for character selection.
Yes, the way I pieced it together was it's like GTA 5, where you can switch through the characters on the fly.
I think it's more like Tekken Tag, where I'm just
So
like, tag
that's
in
what it looks like.
Catwoman, she shows up, and then I can switch to her, or
So,
I can do stuff as
the
Batman
way
and
the
fight with
trailer
her.
makes it look is it's less like GTA 5 where like the characters exist somewhere in the world and you're
Okay.
going to be them, and more of like Batman uppercuts a dude, but now you become Nightwing and swoop in and kick the guy in the face, and now you're Nightwing.
Yeah.
And so
And
the
then
reason
where does Batman go?
So that's
Robin,
the
like-
reason I said, how the f does any of this work in the fiction of the
doesn't
world?
make any sense.
Because why is one person fighting all these people if all three of his buddies are just behind him, like waiting? What is
Why are
happening?
they just always there?
This is so like if this is how the game like actually pans out, this is the dumbest.
No,
It's
it
the
could
absolute
be,
dumbest.
It could be the coolest is if they did the same when you're not playing as one of them. If they had the same like AI as like the bad guys who will just kind of wait in the back.
Oh my god.
So it's just like two groups of dudes. One of them's just a bunch of hoodlums with sticks and bats and stuff. The other one's a bunch of bat families, and they're just all hanging out. And you'll be Batman and punching the guy, and like Catwoman and Nightwing and Robin will just be in like a kind of ready stance in the background, and occasionally they'll take a swing. But
Wait, you
I
know
bet
what?
this
I really love this. You know why? Because these games are not just about driving the Batmobile across the city, which I think only seats 2, but they're also about crawling through these adorable little tunnels and then popping out and beating up some bad guys, which means that like Batman crawls out of a tunnel and then 3 more characters are like, wait for me, and then he lifts up that big dumb door that they put in front of everything, that big ceramic steel
And it's like
grate,
a clown car.
and he puts it back and they're like, stop moving it back in front of the door.
it's just like a really slow, gritty version of the Inky Blinky Stinky
Yeah.
and Dot or whatever.
It's just Huey, Louie, and Dewey following you around.
I'm betting the way that this works too, just based on like what WB did to Mortal Kombat, I bet these summons are like microtransaction summons that you have to like earn through the mobile game, or you have to pay like $1 and you get Robin for like 3 times.
They're robbing us.
Speaking of Robin. Because that's the term for stealing.
That's right. You guys really got all the juice out of that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm still super stoked for Arkham Knight.
Yeah,
Like,
me too.
Yeah.
This seems
It
like
looks
something that they
gorgeous.
could have shown off way earlier, and it would have made me pay attention way. I'm completely, I'm not completely checked out on this game. I'm just totally like, I want to go someplace besides Gotham at this point. Like,
Yeah.
I'm really like, they did awesome with the first 2 games. They're great games. I just
3 games.
well, the third one we don't count
Right.
that one, but you
They
know.
don't count that one either.
Yeah. But I mean, this one, it's like they're like, look at the car, isn't it great? It's a great car. The
Yeah.
car can jump.
You can run people over and shoot them with missiles.
Yeah,
You're Batman.
Your tires are made out of rubber. It's not gonna kill the guy. The bullets are rubber too. He's sleeping.
It's rubber missiles and
That's-
rubber fire.
That's not good. That's raspberry jam from earlier.
It was a funny bridge he wrecked with his car. It wasn't a real one. They don't use that bridge a lot. I know he's trying to save the city and he's wrecking it all, but no, it's cool.
Also, if this game could support like, okay, so I'm Batman and I'm fighting, and then Robin shows up and he's using his staff, and like we're fighting guys at the same time with like
Yeah.
cooperative attacks. Why can't Brian just play as Robin with me? Why
Right.
is it? Why is co-op just not here as a full thing?
Why do I gotta be Robin? I'll be Batman.
Because
You
your
be-
boy Wonderful.
No, you're the Robin. You're my Robin. I'm Batman.
Okay.
Marty's our Catwoman.
Yeah, totally.
I'll
Max
take
is
it.
Nightwing.
Damn
He's
it.
handsome.
Is Nightwing known as being handsome?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's his.
Dick
that's
Grayson
his power.
is
Yeah.
super hot.
I thought he doesn't have parents.
None of
Don't
them have
they,
parents.
No, they all don't have parents.
The entire Batman universe
Orphans are incredibly
is a big cautionary tale about why supervision is important.
That's right.
Because if you don't have supervision, everything
Every
goes
time
wrong.
you say supervision, I think you're saying supervision. Like,
Oh yeah,
No,
like,
that's a different-
like looking out.
Ultravision.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see where you got.
I thought you
confused
meant
there.
like adult supervision.
I meant
Listen,
adult
that
is what you
supervision.
meant.
I thought that's what you meant. I'm deeply confused.
I'm excited for this game. Absolutely. I think that like these games they're actually way funnier to me than they should be because they're very serious, and that's why I laugh at them so much.
Yeah.
Because it's basically a bunch of crazy people who need mental assistance or walking around a town, and a guy comes out of the sky and starts beating this crap out of them. And also, like, my favorite things that happen in these games is you walk into the street and a payphone starts ringing, and then you go to answer it and 5 dudes start punching you. And you're like, hello? And they're like, we need to get across town. And people are like, bah, bah, bah. Why you beat me up on the phone? So now there's going to be like 4 guys come in to beat up those guys while you're on a phone. Like, can you switch characters in the middle of a phone call?
Here, Robin, you take this.
I was looking at some of the art they had for it, and they had all of them together, and they're just in the rain, and they're just all scowling so much. They all just look so mad. And I mean, I get that they're mad because there's crime, whatever,
Yeah.
you know.
Yep, there's definitely a lot of crime.
But they're just like they're all in the rain, and they're like frowning, and I don't know. That's it seems like a pretty exciting time to be a Batman.
I like the parts in the last one where there were these politicians, and you'd be in the middle of a fight getting punched in the head, and their vocals would just loop, and it'd be like, hey, Batman. Hey, come get me. Hey, and it's like, bah, bah, and a punch in the head. It's like, yo, I'm busy. Be up there in a minute.
Do you remember the rumor that this was going to be like a Silver Age?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that ended up being Origins.
Really? No.
Yeah.
It was Rocksteady that was supposed to be working on that one.
God, that was
I don't
just
know.
awesome.
I was really hoping for that. I was hoping for just something.
Do you remember the
a little
rumor
bit
that they
less-
were supposed to be making a Ninja Turtles game?
So let's-
Vividly.
Okay, so Arkham Knight comes out in June. What's
Yeah.
the next thing you want Rocksteady to be working
Right,
on?
because they're not doing another Batman game.
Yeah.
I bet $1 billion they're still doing a DC game.
You,
Okay.
you don't have $1 billion. my
I
friend.
will bet you $1 billion.
You can bet their money.
That's
I mean, why wouldn't they just have them do Justice League, Superman, Wonder Woman, something to tie into the new movies,
That
whatever.
seems pretty probable. I just don't know how they're going to do that exactly.
Yeah, like they're really good at building cities. So Metropolis seems like a really good go-to point.
yeah.
Flight is obviously a really weird thing to deal with Superman, but they nailed it with Batman. They could
Yeah.
probably figure it out with Superman.
Yeah. Yeah, that was great. Like Greg's theory was always that at some point in this game, Superman would show up as like a cameo.
Yeah, yeah.
And that would be like the backdoor entrance into. I'm not gonna say that anymore. Into Justice League. I regret that one. Also, the click was weird.
The Bat Door.
The backdoor.
That bat door.
But I don't know. I kind of want to see them do something else.
Me
Like
too.
they've proven themselves as such talented developers.
What are they, I
that-
mean, WB has 1 billion properties. Could they do an Animaniacs open world game?
but I'm on that.
Man.
I've wanted them to do
That's
a Harry Potter game.
Oh,
yeah,
I think that'd be super great.
yeah. I'd love a Harry Potter game that's like on the, kind of does the similar like Shadow of Mordor type of thing where it's like not quite set in everything you know really well, so it's not screwing up something familiar, but like.
Yeah.
Like a game where you're an Auror. Like, that would be really cool.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Like, oh, hey, like, Voldemort's out there. You gotta go shoot him with your stick.
Yeah.
I don't care about Lord of the Rings at all, and I enjoyed Shadow of Mordor. So if they can do that for Harry Potter, which is another franchise I don't care about, then I'm all in.
You don't
Yeah.
like wizards.
Not
Are there
really.
any wizards you like?
Some
Darth
wizards are
Vader.
cool.
He's a pretty good wizard.
He's a great wizard.
He was a
Obi-Wan Kenobi's
Yeah.
Kenobi's a wizard.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan Cannolis.
Cannoli. Speaking
Chicken
of Italy,
Italy!
All right.
Obi-Wan Cannoli. It's Obi-Wan Kenobi plus cannolis.
Wow.
That was speaking of Italy.